We're about to go into the audience Q&A, so there's still
good.
time.
Well, then
There's
let's
still time
burn
for
all
it
the
to
bridges
go.
I have left.
I think there are some folks with mics that will help you out if you want to raise your hands.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
I saw your screening of the movie a few months back when you did it here, and you helped me with pickup lines last time.
Cool. Yeah.
So I love terrible movies, not that Trainwreck is one. Do you have like a favorite no, Trainwreck's good. Trainwreck's good. Do you have like a favorite like bad sci-fi original type movie? And if you could like make one of your own, or if you could be the monster in one, like what would you be?
Thank you for picturing me as the monster in a sci-fi movie. Ooh, I loved Species. I remember seeing that with my brother, and Natasha Henstridge was so hot. Like, it didn't matter how stupid, horrible the plot was. And if I were going to be a monster in a sci-fi movie, I think I'd want to look just like this, but like decapitate people and like eat them and then like shit them out and like eat them again. That's mine.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
I want to know what you personally think differentiates a successful working comedian and actor from the one who's not working as much or less successful.
Okay. I think the non-working actor is still plagued with hope that they'll be happy once they get work and that their parents will be proud of them. Whereas the working actor is a little less happy because their hope is gone. Thank you.
Hi, Amy back here.
Hi.
Hey, first, I just have to say, you are such a tremendous talent, and I am incredibly grateful that I have access to your material. I hope that you stick around for a really long time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so my question is, so I imagine in the last 3 years, as you said, you've gotten more and more famous. There have been more people in your life, agents, publicists, writers, people giving you a lot of advice. This is how you have to be. These are the things that you should or shouldn't do as a celebrity. What are some things that you have really had to push back against?
Well, honestly, what I've learned is not to listen to anyone. For real. Yeah, the people advising me are great. And other than my publicist, like, no bullshit. She knows what's up. She let me fall in front of Kanye and Kim. Like, she's cool. But, a lot of people told me to host The Daily Show. A lot of people have told me to do a lot of different things. I've just said, no, I don't want to be the funny friend in a shitty movie. Like, I'm going to wait. And so I haven't listened. I never listened to my teachers that I didn't respect. And so it's really been, anytime I haven't followed my instincts, I've been burned. So I've really learned to listen to myself more. Except in Akron. Next.
One right in the front here to the left.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing it with my friend. We got to take his question because we have a lot of air to clear.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Can you read us the funniest text you've received recently?
Oh, do you have my phone? The funniest text I've received. Yeah, would you grab my phone? That'll be fun. Let's take a question from this guy while we look.
Can I interject a funny text that you sent when we met? It was the day that Colin Quinn's book was released. Amy's good friend and co-star in the movie. He plays her dad, and he has a memoir out now, right?
Yes, it's called The Coloring Book. Everybody get it.
Yeah. And Amy, when I came up to talk to her, showed me a picture of her sister's dog taking a shit on the cover of Colin's book. And then she was like, the reviews are in Colin's book. And then she sent that picture to Colin, and I saw that he talked about it on Fallon. It's real. If you saw it, you saw that clip.
It's a real dump that's on his stupid book. Oh, okay. Well, this is a text that I just sent. So I had an hour off before coming here, so we went to the zoo. And there's my brother, we just started watching the show Black Mirror. Did you guys see the first? Okay. So I don't think it's a spoiler that in the first... Can I just tell you guys what happens? Okay, don't listen if you don't want to hear. But so the first episode, the prime minister, there's a girl, the princess, the Duchess has been kidnapped, and the only way that they'll give her back and not kill her is if the prime minister fucks a pig on television. You guys have to watch Black Mirror. And so my brother was like, it'd be funny if you guys did a remake, if you did a parody of it next season, but you were the pig. And my brother, who I'm very close to, and so anyway, I sent him a picture of me with the pig at the zoo. Like, do you want to fuck this? Like, yeah. Hold on, let me just check my text really quick. Nobody.
Well,
Hi.
no wacky question here because I really love the movie.
Thanks.
And I thought there were so many really touching scenes that we expected maybe a lot more wackiness. And I wanted to know, when you did those scenes, were those strictly written, or were those improvised as much as some of the comedy must have been improvised? Do you go off your own script, or do you stick?
We would always do a couple takes totally on script, and then a little more free. So with the drama though, I think those scenes were pretty true to the script, more so than the comedic ones. Sorry, like very many scones today. Well, the zoo's by Alice's Teacup, so like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, but yeah, I think people are gonna be surprised because it is. I think it's a really funny movie, but there's like, it's also like a love story and kind of heartbreaking. So go see it.
Hi, over here.
Hi.
Hi. So I feel like your new movie is now regarded as the modern day romantic comedy, and as before, the ones we've seen, the girl just is beyond perfect, and everything she does with the boy is perfect, and it all works out perfect. And I feel like your portrayal in Trainwreck is a very real modern day exchange between what's going on in life. Do you feel like this movie is going to set a precedent for what's to come? Or do you feel like this is just going to be that only movie that anyone ever made, and, it'll still go with the same formula?
I like that question. What do you think?
Oh my God, I hope it changes.
I hope it changes too.
Because it's so real. I saw it in New Orleans. It's like...
When like Jennifer Lawrence came around and she's doing these interviews, I don't know about you, but I was like, yes, like a human who's not like...
But she's so perfect.
She's perfect, but she's also like, I'm not perfect. I mean, she's insanely gorgeous, and maybe she wasn't the best example, but but it's just like, it really seems like it really surprises people when someone's a human being and isn't just like a spokesperson for themselves. I've also been blessed with not having a boss for a long time, so I don't have anybody managing me and telling me like, don't say that stuff. I hope so. It feels like people are responding to more and more honesty, and I don't know, but we also live here, so maybe in like Tulsa they're just like, we just want models falling in love. So I don't know. I hope so though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey girl.
What's up, girl?
Just the usual. So I have a question. So when you're working on some new material and you think to yourself, okay, like this is a little edgy, like, how do you decide whether it's overstepping the line or whether you think like, this can fly? Like who's around you? Is it your people or is it your instinct?
It's straight up my sister.
Okay.
Because if everyone's like, no, and she's like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, it's in terms of if it's like, this is too inappropriate and it's a mistake, I listen to her.
Yeah.
But if she says, do it, and then I'll try it out in front of crowds, but the crowd's laughter is gospel. So,
So it's like a mixture of like your sister and your instinct and then the reaction you get from the audience.
Yeah. And I flip a coin. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. She's been wrong and I've gotten in trouble. So I need a new system.
Thanks.
Hey.
Hey.
So earlier you mentioned having issues in the past with self-esteem and that kind of stuff.
In the past?
Or whatever, like as of yesterday. And I'm just wondering, like, what happened in your life or what transitioned to make you just this badass, confident chick?
Thanks, girl. Yeah, what happened? Did something happen? It's a mixture of not caring anymore. You just really realize, when you realize that everyone hates themselves, everyone worthwhile hates themselves. I don't have any friends that are like, I just wake up and I'm like, thanks. Yeah, it's just like understanding that we're all having a tough time. And and that there's just ups and downs. And I think, I also think, because the first time I was on television was in 2007, and I was doing Last Comic Standing, and Facebook just became a thing, and people were really chiming in on whether or not they would have sex with me. Just, and it was around then that it was like, oh, feelings hurt, feeling okay, feelings hurt. And it was like, who's right? And I was like, they're both right. Some people, you're totally going to be their thing, and they'll be like, oh my God, you're a fucking goddess. And then other people are like, you're vile, and I cannot believe anyone's ever been inside you. And yeah, and it's just like they're both right, and it just doesn't matter. And it feels so good to fucking be yourself, and to cut all the people out of your life that don't let you be yourself. Just being around people who, thank you, just my publicist. Yeah, just being around the people who make you feel good. And
Do you think it has something to do with being in your 30s also? Just getting older?
A little 30s. I'm psyched for 40s because, yeah, like as things are starting to drop and like there are new parts of you, yeah, you're like, oh, it's out of my hands. And I'm not doing surgery or anything, so it's like, fuck it. Yeah, little 30s. Yeah. And also realizing, like, that the guy, for me, like the guy who wants to be with the perfect girl, like, that it's not a possibility, So it's like, or whatever they consider. So it's like, this is how it's going to be. Like, I don't want to be hungry. I don't want to feel bad. Like, I really did. I ate several scones today. And the right person will think that's really great.
Thank you.